How did we, early humans, evolve? And what can these ancient bones actually tell us?
Yeah.
Think about Charles Darwin. Back in 1871, he publishes The Descent of Man, this huge idea about where humans came from.
Revolutionary, really.
But here's the thing, and this is kind of amazing.
Yeah.
He had almost zero fossil evidence to back it up at the time.
Right, and that's exactly what we want to tackle. How did we get from that almost completely blank page in the fossil record to what we have today, which is this incredibly rich, detailed library of our ancestry? We want to show you how these discoveries give us insights, some that even Darwin probably wouldn't have guessed.
So the goal is really to give you that shortcut, right?
Yeah.
Straight to the key moments in human evolution, just by looking at what the bones themselves tell us.
Exactly, from the bones up.
It's still hard to wrap your head around that 1871 moment. Darwin making this, radical proposal with so little hard proof.
It really was thin. The known human fossil record was, virtually non-existent.
You had those few Neanderthal bones, right? But even they weren't understood.
No, not at all. They were mostly dismissed back then. People thought they were like diseased modern humans or something. Pathological specimens.
Wow. And yet, even with that huge gap, Darwin makes this brilliant guess.
It was brilliant and seemed almost unfounded at the time. He suggests our ancestors came from Africa.
And he based that purely on living animals.
Purely on observing the living great apes, chimps, gorillas. He saw the anatomical similarities to us where they lived, and he just inferred it.
It's that intellectual honesty that gets me, though. He fully admitted, hey, we don't have the fossils for this.
He did. He acknowledged the gap.
But he was also confident, wasn't he? He predicted that future finds would fill that gap.
Yeah, he basically said, the evidence will come. It's just such a powerful example of scientific inference, even without the direct smoking gun, so to speak.
Okay, so if that was the blank page,
yeah,
let's fast forward. Because the story since then is just incredible. How did we start filling in those pages?
Well, this is where it gets really exciting. The fossil record today is, it's transformed into this huge library, like we said.
So let's bring some of those key pages to life. Tell us about some of the really pivotal discoveries of specific homins. And maybe just clarify hominin first.
Good point. Yeah, so hominin refers to the group consisting of modern humans, all the extinct human species, and all our immediate ancestors after we split off from the chimpanzee lineage. It's our specific branch of the family tree.
Got it.
Okay, so where to begin? Let's go way back. Sahelanthropus chidensis, found in Chad, dates to around 7 million years ago.
7 million? That's incredible.
It is, and it's considered maybe the oldest potential hominin. What's key is its mix of features. Some quite ape-like skull features, but also some, let's say, hints in the skull base suggesting it might have held its head upright. Hints of upright posture.
Hints. Okay,
Yeah.
Not definitive yet.
Not definitive from just that, but suggestive. Then jump forward a bit. Around 4.4 million years ago, we have Ardipithecus ramidus, or Ardi.
Ah, yes, Ardi. Heard of her.
Her skeleton is amazing. It shows she was clearly adapted for climbing in trees. Look at her hands and feet, but crucially, parts of her pelvis and legs show she could also walk bipedally on the ground. A real mosaic.
So comfortable in both worlds, maybe.
Sort of seems that way, yeah. Then Australopithecus anamensis, around 4.2 to 3.9 million years ago. Here we see a much clearer shift towards walking upright.
How so? What do the bones show?
Well, the knee and ankle bones specifically, they have features that are really strongly indicative of habitual bipedalism, less ambiguity there.
Okay.
And then, of course, the most famous one, Australopithecus afarensis, 3.9 to 2.9 million years ago. Lucy, exactly. She's the poster child. With Lucy and others of her species, we have definitive bipedal anatomy. The pelvis, the legs, the feet. It's clear they walked upright.
And this is the crucial part you mentioned earlier, her brain size.
Still small, very much ape size, around 400, 500 cubic centimeters. Similar to a chimpanzee.
So these finds, they really hammer home that point, don't they?
Yeah.
It wasn't intelligence driving the bus initially.
Not at all. They completely overturned that older, sort of intuitive idea that we got smart first and then started walking upright. The bones scream the opposite.
Bipedalism came first. By millions of years.
Millions, which then begs the question, okay, why? Why walk upright so early?
Right, what's the advantage?
And, well, there's no single magic answer, probably a combination of factors. Maybe it helped carry food back to a mate or offspring. Maybe it helped see over tall grass to spot predators.
Or even just staying cool, less sun exposure.
That's another strong hypothesis, yeah. Thermoregulation. Standing upright exposes less surface area to the direct overhead sun. So it points to a different set of environmental pressures shaping us early on, long before brain size took off.
It really brings Darwin's prediction full circle. He guessed Africa based on living apes.
And now we have the receipts. These earliest hominins, Sahelanthropus, way out in Chad, Central Africa.
Which is interesting, not just East Africa.
Exactly. And then Ardi, the Australopithecines, mainly from Ethiopia, Kenya, Tanzania, and East Africa, they just solidly nail down that African origin. It's not inference anymore. It's fact supported by piles of evidence.
You mentioned East Africa.
Yeah.
How important has the geology of that specific region, like the Rift Valley, been for actually dating these finds?
Oh, incredibly important. It's almost like a perfect storm for fossil preservation and dating.
How so?
Well, the East African rift system is tectonically active. Lots of volcanic activity over millions of years. And when those volcanoes erupted, they laid down layers of volcanic ash.
Oh, like time markers.
Precisely. These ash layers, called tuffs, can be dated very accurately using radiometric methods like argon-argon dating. So if you find a fossil sandwiched between two dated ash layers...
You know exactly how old it is, or at least within a tight range.
Exactly. That precise stratigraphy, reading those rock layers, combined with the datable volcanic material, it gives us an anchor for our evolutionary timeline that's hard to find elsewhere.
So places like the Omo Valley, Hadar, and the Afar Depression, they're like gold mines because of this geology.
Absolute gold mines. And each new site, each new layer adds more pieces. And what emerges isn't some neat straight line from an ape ancestor to us.
No, it's much messier, right?
Much messier. It looks far more like a bushy tree with lots of different branches representing different hominin species, many living at the same time, some going extinct, others leading eventually towards us. Understanding that branching pattern is key. It wasn't a simple ladder of progress.
Okay, so we know the when and the where, and that it was complex, but let's dive deeper into the how. What specific features in the bones reveal these evolutionary patterns? You mentioned mosaic evolution.
Right, mosaic evolution. It just means different parts of the body evolved at different rates. It wasn't all changing in lockstep.
So what are some examples?
Okay, take the pelvis and legs again. The shape of the iliac blades, the big flat parts of your pelvis, they became shorter and broader in hominins compared to apes.
And that helps with balance.
Exactly. It helps stabilize the trunk when you're standing on one leg during walking. And the angle of the femur, the thigh bone, it angles inwards from the hip to the knee in hominins.
That's the carrying angle.
That's it. It positions your feet directly beneath your center of gravity, which is crucial for efficient bipedal walking. Apes don't have that same angle. Their legs are straighter, which is why they waddle when they try to walk on two legs.
Makes sense. What about other parts, like teeth?
Ugh, teeth are fantastic records of diet. We see changes in, say, molar size and enamel thickness. Early hominins, like Australopithecus, tend to have quite large molars with thick enamel. Suggesting they were eating tougher, more abrasive foods than chimps typically do. Maybe things like roots, tubers, nuts, seeds found in more open environments, not just soft forest fruits.
And then the big one, cranial capacity, brain size.
Right. As we said, early on, Sahelanthropus, Ardipithecus, Australopithecus brains were small, chimp-sized.
Still basically ape-level intelligence, presumably.
Presumably. The first significant jump doesn't happen until our own genus, Homo, appears. With Homo habilis around, say, 2.4 million years ago, brain size starts to increase, maybe 600, 700 cubic centimeters.
Still not huge, but a definite step up.
A definite step. And then it really accelerates with Homo erectus maybe 1.8, 1.9 million years ago. Their brains get much larger, approaching the lower end of the modern human range eventually.
And hands. How do they fit the mosaic pattern?
Hands are fascinating, too. Early hominins like Lucy still had somewhat curved finger bones.
Still useful for climbing.
Potentially, yeah. Suggests they might still have spent some time in trees. But later Homo species, especially those associated with more complex stone tools, show changes in the wrist and thumb bones.
Allowing for what?
Allowing for a more precise, powerful grip. Essential for making and using tools effectively. So you see the hands adapting alongside the brain and tool use, but maybe lagging a bit behind the legs and feet, which changed much earlier for bipedalism.
It's incredible how you can piece together behavior and abilities just from these fragments of bone. It paints a picture of evolution working on different problems at different times.
Exactly. It's not one single pressure, but this dynamic interplay of adapting locomotion, diet, tool use, social behavior, intelligence, all reflected in the bones, evolving at their own pace.
But even with thousands of fossils now, we have to acknowledge the record isn't complete, is it? There are still gaps.
Oh, absolutely. It's vastly better than in Darwin's day, but fossilization is a rare event. We have windows into the past, but not a continuous movie.
And that means new discoveries can still shake things up.
Dramatically. That's what keeps paleoanthropology so vibrant and, honestly, sometimes contentious. You can find a single jaw fragment, maybe a partial skull, from a new time period or location.
And it changes the whole picture.
It really can. It can challenge established ideas about which species is ancestral to which, or reveal a whole new branch of the family tree we didn't know existed. Even small finds can force major revisions.
It must be frustrating sometimes, but also exciting.
Both. It means our understanding is constantly evolving, which is the hallmark of good science, isn't it? It thrives on new data, on surprises, on being forced to rethink the narrative. We have to be ready to redraw the family tree.
So looking back then, from Darwin standing there with almost nothing,
Just an idea, basically.
today, where we have this incredible wealth of hominin remains, these bones, literally pulled from the earth, they've mapped out this amazing journey.
They really have. A journey that started with daring to stand upright, long before our brains caught up. A journey shaped by changing climates and landscapes.
And revealing a family history that's so much more complex and branching than anyone initially imagined.
Absolutely. It wasn't a simple linear march of progress. It was messy, experimental, full of dead ends and surprising twists.
Which leads to a pretty profound thought, doesn't it? If just one small fossil fragment can still reshape our understanding so much.
Yeah. What else is still out there? What other crucial chapters of our story are still buried, just waiting for someone to find them? Makes you wonder.
It really does. So maybe as you go about your day-to-day, take a second. Picture those ancient African landscapes. Think about those ancestors taking those first, perhaps tentative, upright steps millions of years ago.
All those tiny adaptations accumulating over unimaginable timescales.
Leading, eventually, right here, right now, to you. It's quite a legacy coded in our very bones.
Let's go, open up your mind and grow. Facts and stories, things you never know. Every episode, we light the glow. Step into the world of Mass Show. Turn it up, let the river flow. Feel the beat, take control. Don't be shy, just let it go. This is where the magic grows. Tune in now, it's the Mass Show. Lights up bright and minds will glow. Every day we learn and grow. Come along and join the flow. New ideas begin to shine. Breaking limits, crossing lines. Every moment feels divine. In the world of Mass Show time. Turn it up, let the rhythm flow. Feel the beat, take control. Don't be shy, just let it go. This is where the magic grows. Tune in now, it's the Mass Show. Lights so bright and minds will glow. Every day we learn and grow. Come along and join the flow.